Okay, next question. David, should Democrats either slow down or speed up the impeachment process? Listen, I think that the timing of impeachment is just fine. And I think that there are bigger issues about the impeachment and whether it's going to be politically effective, which for me is the main consideration. I still am on the side of impeachment is not going to remove Donald Trump. Okay. Every time I say it, some people email me. They say, David, you're putting the cart before the horse, or you are conceding a loss already. And it's possible that impeachment could remove Donald Trump. I see it as extraordinarily unlikely. I see the potential benefits, the political ones that will damage Trump in the 2020 reelection campaign that he is very quickly ramping up. So on that basis, we've got a slow build going on right now, even with just, Trump demands due process and tweets like crazy. And then Democrats put out a proposal and approve it to grant him due process by officializing and codifying the inquiry. And Trump goes crazy again for some other reason. Trump is panicking more and more every week on Twitter, which is what you want. You don't want to just drop everything at once. You want to consume Donald Trump from now until November of 2020 with having to, as he sees it, fight the impeachment on Twitter and in the media. All the time he spends doing that is time he has not spent just campaigning on issues, not that he's much of an issue-based guy to begin with. It will be a continued build. He will be tweeting nonsense daily, which he has been. When we get to the public hearings, I would want to get to the public hearings in the next month or so, and then go full speed ahead as the Democratic primaries get going in February and onward in 2020, and just continue putting in people's minds, not only what Donald Trump has done, but continuing to push him to act in wackier and wackier ways. I think that that's all great. I'm fine also with making the timing politically advantageous because I believe that the benefit to be had from the impeachment inquiry is a political benefit. I don't think it's actually the removal of Trump. I know some people will email me and say, here's how it could lead to Trump's removal. I think it is extremely unlikely. So I'm fine timing it to be damaging politically. But ultimately, what could completely backfire is if Republicans, if Trumpists, if Trump and the people around him are able to just ignore the subpoenas successfully. And already we learned this week, a whole bunch of people who were supposed to show up on Monday simply weren't showing up. If they're able to get away with that, they will successfully weave a counter narrative that actually could backfire on Democrats for 2020. It could make Democrats appear weak. They couldn't even get people to show up, and the entire thing was bogus anyway. So the question for me is not the timing. I think the trajectory is fine. I think for all of her faults, Nancy Pelosi actually has a pretty good sense of what the timing should be to build as the Democratic primary and eventually the general election get going. I think the make or break is going to be, do Democrats just appear to be totally weak, flaccid failures when it comes to actually getting people to provide documents and show up? Because that's what you need. You need the public hearings, you need the documents, and you need the news that will build around that. Already, there are question marks as to whether Democrats are going to be able to successfully do that. Question mark that hopefully will at some point be answered. Let me know what you think about the trajectory of the impeachment inquiry. So far, I think that the timing has been pretty much spot on.